Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Joshua Robinson. It's supposed to be a very hot day out there today. Evan Narani outside from the Outdoor Weather Center. Evan, you've been brazing the temperatures as they've been climbing basically all morning long so far. What's the latest, buddy?
That's right. Joshua, our director, just asked me, Brandon, he asked me while I had the mask on if I wanted to be wearing the mask for weather.
Sure.
I realized since I can safely social distance,
right,
I can be out here without it. Let's jump right into it. Like you mentioned, it's hot out here. It's already very warm. I should be undoing these sleeves and rolling them up. Already in the mid 80s here at the noon hour. Next 12 hours are going to take us to even warmer territory. We've got low 90s in store. We'll rest just a few degrees shy of where we were yesterday. Yesterday's high was 94 degrees. It was the warmest temperature we've seen so far this year. Today, we're not going to make it to 94, but we probably will make it to about 92 in Spokane, warming up even more through central Washington, where triple digits are definitely possible by this afternoon. One thing to keep in mind is it is still breezy out there. So notice your sustained speeds are in the high single digits and low double digits. Spokane, 13-mile-an-hour winds, 8 in Coeur d'Alene, 10 up in Deer Park. We're seeing these breezy winds really across the board, which means high fire danger, especially with the possibility of some thunderstorms coming tonight into tomorrow. I've overlaid our rain and any precipitation that we see going on right now. That's mainly through the central and southern panhandle, but areas highlighted in green, this lighter green color, indicate your slight marginal risk of thunderstorms, a higher chance for more severe thunderstorms for the areas in green and yellow on your screen there. So all things that we're keeping in mind going into tonight and early tomorrow morning with our risk of thunderstorms. But otherwise, another sunny day outside right now, not a cloud in sight from up here on the South Hill. We'll keep you updated on where we see those temperatures going through the rest of the week, but a little bit of a cool down is coming for the next couple days. We'll have more details on that in just a few minutes, but for now, back over to you.
All right, my friend Evan, thank you very much. Talking about back to school and how so many people are impacted. High school fall sports in Washington State are now delayed until spring. The announcement coming from the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association. Last night they made that announcement. All of the dates, of course, are tentative as we do continue to see things change. But as of right now, football, volleyball, and soccer will be played coming up next March. The only sports to continue this year as of right now include cross country, slow pitch softball, and alternative seasons for golf and tennis. These sports start after Labor Day weekend. Golf and tennis will still have championships at this point in the spring. Washington schools are still waiting on guidance for both swim and dive teams. Winter sports like basketball, wrestling, cheerleading will start right now as of the first week of January. Football will start practices at the end of February. Volleyball and soccer will start practicing during the first week of March. Again, tentative dates at this point. Spring sports like tennis, fast pitch softball, track and field, and baseball will start in mid-April. And again, we'll keep you updated as those dates may fluctuate. Now, if the state is not in phase 3 when fall sports are supposed to begin, every sport could potentially be bumped till 2021. State leaders say if a player or coach is testing positive for COVID-19, the team would have to shut down for 2 weeks. So again, these rules adapting to the situation. For the full schedule, text the word sports, easy to do, to our text line 509-448-2000, the word sports, and we'll send you that link and keep you updated on any changes. Now, a new survey from Spokane public school teachers is showing that a majority of folks teaching in the schools do not feel safe returning to the classroom. This is from the Spokane Education Association. Of the more than 1,300 staffers polled, more than 50% are saying it is unsafe right now to be in classrooms. 37% say it is safe to return under current health and safety guidelines. And right now, only 2% believe it will be safe to return with no restrictions. 41% of teachers say they are comfortable with the idea of social distancing in classrooms. Meanwhile, just under 38% prefer distance learning until no social distancing is needed. Now, a majority of teachers surveyed also want more training on social distance teaching. More than 75%, which is about 1,000 teachers polled, wanted more training. Only 23% said no to more training. This survey also gives us a closer look at how teachers feel when it comes to mask enforcement inside the classroom. An overwhelming majority, more than 83%, say the district should have and should enforce rules relating to masks and other PPE gear. So again, this new information coming out in a survey of our educators going back into the classroom. It is just a few minutes past noon right now. A man who was pulled out of the Spokane River near Boulder Beach yesterday was pronounced dead once taken to the hospital. Spokane County Sheriff's Office deputies say divers attempted to rescue the man. They did perform CPR on him before taking him to the hospital. However, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office said that the man could not be revived. A grand jury in Spokane indicted 2 Chinese residents with hacking hundreds of companies worldwide, and that includes the Hanford site here in the inland Northwest. The company is a decommissioned nuclear production complex located near the Tri-Cities. Hanford detected the hack back in March of 2015. The hackers stole several things from valuable trade secrets and tech to personal information. The Eastern Washington U.S. Attorney says some of the information was used, according to them, for the benefit of the Chinese government. This is also happening today. A federal judge is considering a temporary restraining order to restrict federal law enforcement in Portland. So here's what's going on there. According to the Oregon AG, federal officers in unmarked vans were arresting protesters without probable cause. This is according again to the Oregon AG's office. This week, the Homeland Security chief said the officers acted appropriately. According to court documents, several witnesses say the federal officers prevented people from protesting peacefully. So again, they are dealing with arguments today in court. Also, Washington is on a travel advisory list in New York. It means people traveling to the state from Washington must quarantine for 14 days upon arrival. We are one of 31 states on that list. And the price tag for the next COVID-19 relief package could be over $1 trillion. That's $1 trillion. The Senate has promised a second round of direct payments to Americans. Lawmakers are also looking to help fund more testing, reopening schools, and provide people some unemployment with extended benefits. The Senate Majority Leader says they are hoping to strike a deal with the House sometime by the end of the month. The state of Washington has given Spokane $6.6 million in coronavirus relief funds, and now they want to know how you think the money should be spent. First, you need to go to my.spokanecity.org and then scroll down and click on City Response to COVID-19. Next, you hit the CARES Act funding, which will take you to an explanation of the survey. Once you're in, you'll be asked to rank the areas of need within your community. So again, giving voice to where the dollars will go for coronavirus relief. Some of the questions include: how important do you think financial assistance is for small businesses? Another asks if there is an area of funding that you think is currently being overlooked. The survey to the public will be open until midnight this Sunday. All of the money must be spent by October 31st so that the city can file a report coming up by November.
We've identified some of the priorities that we collectively agree on, council and mayor, and that's housing assistance and childcare, homelessness, those areas that we know that there is a need.
For more information on the survey, you can text the word survey to our text line. We would love to hear from you. Just again, text the word survey to 509-448-2000. And again, we can send you a link with more information because it can be tricky to find a lot of this online. Okay, our Verify team is always answering the questions and claims that you send us and that we're seeing online. There are claims right now going around that our $20 bills are hiding what they say is a racist message. We had our very own Jason Puckett look into the facts.
Many of you asked us to verify these claims, that the back of a $20 bill shows a black man hanging outside the White House. Now, many of the claims crop the image and zoom way in so you can see what appears to be a man's head and shoulders. We're going to break this down, and to start, our sources: the White House Historical Association and USCurrency.gov, part of the Federal Reserve. Let's start by comparing the image in the claim to a much more detailed version from USCurrency.gov. Side by side, it looks much less like a person and more like a lantern. And that's where the White House Historical Association comes in. They talk about the, quote, wrought iron and glass lantern that hangs under the north portico of the White House. And here it is in real life. Side by side, the high-resolution photo shows that the $20 bill clearly depicts the real lantern. We can verify the claims that the $20 bill shows a black man being hanged at the White House are false.